lights off your tree. And I'm loving the way you look at me. Oh, from what I can see, got that wiggle in your walk, in them tight shorts. Ain't got time to talk. When we dancing, you're the boss. Out there on the dance floor.
That's right.
I just want you to know that we got a new dance called the Glow Up.
Glow Up.
Brian?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Oh yeah. Are you ready?
Let's get together and get these mugs on the one.
Come on.
Funkin' for fun.
We gon' take it to the left now, y'all. Hop 2 times. We gon' take it to the right now, y'all. Hop 2 times. Now bring it up to the front. And hop 2 times. Now take it on back now, y'all. Then hop 2 times. Now dip with it, spin with it, dip with it, spin with it. Now dip with it, spin with it, dip with it, spin with it. Blow up, blow up, blow up. Blow up, blow up, blow up.
Right on this floor.
Yeah, Baba.
We gon' do this thing until we can't no more. We gon' dance right on this floor, right here. We gon' do this thing till we can't no more.
I'm systematically stuck on high, driving with my crew in my 8-wheel drive.
8 wheels, man.
Looking forward to an all-night ride. Come and go to the club with me, dance and have some fun with me.
Say what?
Good afternoon, everyone. Before we begin the commencement ceremony, we have a few brief announcements. State law prohibits smoking in Alico Arena. Restroom facilities are located in the first floor lobby in the northwest corner of the second floor. First aid facilities are located in the first floor lobby. In the event of an emergency evacuation, guests will be guided to one of the exit doors located throughout the arena. These exits are marked with red exit signs. Ushers are available to assist you should the need arise. As we celebrate this joyous occasion, we ask that you silence all electronic devices. During the awarding of the diplomas, please hold your applause to the end so the names of all of the candidates may be heard. When taking pictures, please be mindful of those around you and do not block the aisles. We ask all candidates to be respectful of their fellow graduates and remain seated throughout the ceremony. After the singing of the alma mater, we ask that everyone please remain standing while the platform party, faculty, and graduates exit the arena floor. Thank you for your attention, and we will begin the ceremony shortly.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, candidates for graduation, and good afternoon to your families, guests, the platform party, and the distinguished faculty and staff here with us today. I want to welcome everyone to Florida Gulf Coast University and thank you for participating in this celebration for these exceptional graduates. During the conferral of degrees, President Martin will recite the incantations that will officially transform you into college graduates. At the end of this time-honored ceremony, you will rise from your chairs and pass through those doors and step into a future that awaits you as a graduate from Florida Gulf Coast University. Now we are all in our places and ready to begin the ceremony. It is my honor to call to order these exercises for the spring 2023 semester, the 59th commencement ceremony of Florida Gulf Coast University.
Thank you, Anna. And again, on behalf of all of us at Florida Gulf Coast University, welcome. I'm Mike Martin, and I'm proud to be the 4th president of FGCU, and I'm delighted to be here with you. Thank you all very much. And to celebrate this wonderful day, everyone please rise, remain standing, and joining in the singing of our national anthem, led by our Bauer School of Music student, Diana Flores, and the Suncoast Brass Quintet. Thank you, Diana. Please be seated all. This ceremony is patterned after a ritual that has been repeated throughout the centuries of higher education and throughout the world. The robes we wear and the symbols of the ceremony found their origins in the Middle Ages. The mace is a symbol of the authority of the university. But the spirit of commencement is modern, always new, and always focusing to the future. At this time, please allow me to introduce the university trustees and other members of our platform party. As I call your name, please rise and remain standing. University Trustee Robbie Repstorff, University Trustee Luis Rivera, University Trustee Richard Eide Jr., University Trustee Jay Semrod, Student Speaker and former FGCU Student Government President Grace Brannigan, FGCU Student Government President and University Trustee Emery Cavan, Dean of the Wilson G. Bradshaw Library, Dr. Tracy Elliott, Interim Dean of the Honors College, Dr. Min Nguyen, Director of Alumni Relations, Kim Wallace, Chair of the Alumni Association Board of Directors, Michael Natchiff. Dean of the Lutgerd College of Business, Dr. Christopher Wesley. Interim Dean of Education, Dr. Tom Roberts. Director of Exploratory Advising and University Reader, Allison Bacigalupi. I didn't quite get it after all these years. Allison Bacigalupi, that's it. Vice President, hold it, I got to get back one here now. No, I missed where I am. Vice President and Director of Early University Programs and Reader, Rebecca Jones. Now, Vice President and Vice Provost for Strategy and Program Innovation and the President-elect of FGCU, Dr. Asha Gultimmer. Vice President for Student Success and Enrollment Management, Dr. Mitchell Cordova. University Marshal, Faculty Senate President and University Trustee Anna Carlin. Executive Vice President and Provost Mark Rieger. Sitting in front of you, sitting down in front before you are the College Marshals for today's ceremony. As I call your name, please stand and be recognized. Ms. Carol Sweeney from the Lutgerd College of Business. Dr. Diane Kratt from the College of Education. Miss Regina Baird, Wilson G. Bradshaw Library, and Miss Jessica Ray from the Honors College. Thank you. If there are members of our foundation board, the FGCU Foundation Board in the audience, please raise your hand. We have wonderful volunteers who every day devote their time and energy to serving this institution. And now it's my pleasure to introduce University Executive Vice President and Provost, Dr. Mark Rieger.
Thanks, President Martin. It's a great honor to serve this institution as Chief Academic Officer and to be part of this special ceremony today. It's my pleasure to introduce the 2023 student speaker, Ms. Grace Brannigan. Ms. Brannigan is a graduating senior with a double major in history and political science and a minor in philosophy. She's a member of the FGCU Honors College. She's a proud first-generation college student. In addition to her leadership role in student government, Ms. Brannigan also served as the president of the Resident Housing Association and is a member of the Eagle chapter of the National Residence Hall Honorary. Ms. Brannigan.
Hi, everyone. So before I start, I just wanted to note that this is my last ever official appearance as FGCU's 25th Student Body President, and I just wanted to express my sincerest gratitude to this institution. I will never be able to do for FGCU what it's done for me, but I think I've tried my best, so thank you. Oh, all right, well, anyways, the speech part now. So, hi, Eagles. Let me be the first to congratulate you on this exciting occasion of your graduation. When deciding what I wanted to talk to you all about today, I thought that I would share with you the most valuable lesson that I've learned in my 4 years at FGCU. And I've learned a lot of lessons. Don't park in a parking spot that's not yours, right? Don't go out the night before you have to speak at commencement the next day, right? All those kinds of things. But the best lesson that I've learned in my time here is that kindness is never wasted. And I know that that sounds like something that you might read on a second grade teacher's classroom wall. Some of you would really know that, but stick with me. We live in a society that constantly sells us this narrative that to get ahead, we have to be willing to step on other people. And that to get ahead, that we must always prioritize ourselves above everyone else. We're taught that good leaders are serious, harsh, and no nonsense, instead of thoughtful or sensitive or kind. And this narrative is compelling, which is why it sells so well, especially in times of pandemics and hurricanes and social and political upheaval. But I think that I've seen that it's wrong. In my time here, I've seen the impact that choosing to greet the world with kindness has had on communities and on individuals. And I personally know the impact that meeting people where they are and engaging them with generosity and sincerity can have on individual people, and in turn, how those people can impact their communities. When navigating this increasingly complicated world, it seems easy to throw kindness by the wayside, to prioritize goals and metrics, to charge towards the next task or the next accomplishment without thinking very much about how you're leaving the place that you're at or arriving to the place that you're going. But I promise that nothing is going to stay with people more than the way that you treat them. And in turn, you will remember when life gets hard and when people greet you and help you get back up. So my charge to you today, as you head off to your next steps, is to dare to dream large, ambitious dreams. And in pursuing those dreams, to prioritize kindness. Congratulations, class of 2023. Go Eagles.
Thank you, Grace. And you'll note that Grace was wearing the 2023 medallion, which symbolizes her participation in the senior class gift, and that helps meet some of the university's most important needs. For the graduates, others out there, you have that same medallion. Thank you very much. You've begun your journey to philanthropy, and we appreciate it and appreciate your investment. And now it's a pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker, Tim Cartwright. Tim Cartwright is a partner and co-founder of Fifth Avenue Family Office. Fifth Avenue Family Office provides a broad range of services ranging from investment management to sophisticated estate planning, evaluation of private equity and venture investment opportunities, and suggestions and exit strategies for closely held businesses and thoughtful multi-generational legacy transfers. Prior to that, he co-founded Byproducts Interactive, an electronic trading and market research and publishing company, which he sold in 2021 to Euromoney Institutional Investors PLC, a public traded company. Earlier, he founded Benchmark Solutions, a supply chain consulting company, which was sold in 1999. He began his career working in middle marketing companies at Arthur Andersen in Chicago, Illinois. Mr. Cartwright recently completed a 12-year term as a member of Florida Gulf Coast University's Foundation Board, including finishing as its chair. During his time, he has been a prime mover in starting the Institute for Entrepreneurship, which graduated just earlier. And in that regard, he's also served as an adjunct professor in the Davalier and Kawanui School of Entrepreneurship. For the 5th consecutive year, he has been named in Florida Trend to the list of Florida's 500 most influential business leaders due to his venture capital and private equity activities with the Tamiami Angel Fund and the Adrenaline Venture Fund. He resides in Naples with his wife and 3 children. He's a softball coach, a soccer coach, and an active member of First Baptist Church. He's a wonderful friend of this institution and a wonderful servant of Southwest Florida. Tim Cartwright.
Good afternoon. Thank you, President Martin, Provost Rieger, Dean Chris Wesley, Dean Tom Roberts, members of the Presidential Cabinet, faculty, staff, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2023 from the Luckert College of Business and College of Education. I'm honored to be here with you today for your commencement from one of the finest learning institutions in the country. How do I know it's one of the finest learning institutions in the country? Because my good friend, President Martin, reminds me that he didn't need to become the 4th president of FGCU. He had already reached the highest level of success and significance that only few ever achieve after serving in top administrative roles at Colorado State University, Louisiana State University, New Mexico State University, the University of Florida, and finally, the University of Minnesota. Even though he had carefully planned his glide path to retirement, he chose to finish his illustrious career here at Florida Gulf Coast University. He would not have made that choice if he didn't aspire to make Florida Gulf Coast University one of the finest learning institutions in the country. During his presidency, I have witnessed his incredible dedication to FGCU and its students. So at this time, on behalf of the class of 2023, I want to thank you, President Martin, for your contribution contributions to this university and community. President Martin isn't the only reason FGCU is special. There are a multitude of reasons, but today, for the people assembled here, we celebrate the most important one, FGCU students, and especially the graduating class of 2023. As President Martin can attest, I've been on campus quite a bit over the past 12 years as a member of the board of the FGCU Foundation. I've been with you on your journey towards this very proud and personal milestone, the day you walk across the stage and receive your diploma. I've attended scholarship dinners with you, watched sporting events with you, eaten lunch with you at SOVI, and even taught a few of you as an adjunct professor at the School of Entrepreneurship and a guest lecturer in Fritz Roca's Canna Business class. In fact, I've been on campus so much that President Martin has threatened to charge me tuition. When I was asked to prepare some remarks for commencement, just like any resourceful and tech-savvy FGCU graduate, I decided to consult OpenAI and specifically ChatGPT. For parents in the audience, ChatGPT is a general-purpose chat box that uses artificial intelligence to generate text after a user enters a prompt. So I popped open a browser on my computer and logged into ChatGPT. I typed in the prompt, themes for commencement speeches. The OpenAI engine came back with the answer, resiliency. For most graduating classes, that might be appropriate. However, we're talking about the class of 2023. Resiliency is one skill this class has mastered. When you arrived on campus 4 years ago, you were an enthusiastic freshman, ready for your next challenge. Since then, you've survived a worldwide pandemic and experienced the landfall of a Category 5 hurricane. Both events shut down campus and caused a disruption to your life and your academic schedules. All the while, you stayed focused on the target, graduation in 2023. So let's check that box on resiliency. You have made it to commencement. You have learned one of life's most important lessons. That which doesn't kill us makes us stronger. Congratulations on your graduation from FGCU. Your life is in front of you. My prayer for you today is that whatever pursuit or passion that follows graduation, that you find fulfillment and purpose in your life. Rick Warren, in his book, The Purpose-Driven Life, states, "The greatest tragedy is not death, but life without purpose." Purpose is innate to the human race. Each one of us, every human being, desires to make an impact, to leave a legacy, or change the world. And yes, the world can be changed by one person. Think of Mother Teresa, Washington, Gandhi, or Mandela. Greet this time with anticipation and excitement. Don't think of your next steps as being scary. Think of them as being legendary. I'm here today to assist you in your pursuit of building a legendary life. For a legendary life, you need a legendary toolbox. Over the next 5 minutes or so, I'm going to offer you some life advice, really a bundle of tools for your legendary toolbox. We're going to gather these tools by studying successful people and characters from 3 categories: superheroes, mentors, and role models. Superheroes are introduced to us early in our childhood. Children are exposed to superheroes through various media such as comic books, movies, and TV shows. They are used to teach children virtues and values. Superheroes are often portrayed as individuals who possess extraordinary abilities and powers, and they use them to fight evil, protect the innocent, and save the world. They're fictional characters who embody the values of justice, honor, and self-sacrifice. Do you ever remember being asked the question, who are your favorite superheroes? Your answers told the questioner what type of person you wanted to be, since these superheroes were tightly bonded to their values. Well, fast forward to today, leaving childhood behind, but borrowing from the concept of superheroes, I have a different question for you. What is your superpower? What has God given you as your unique ability? By answering the question of what is your unique ability, you can find purpose in life. Everyone has various talents and skill sets, but magic happens when talent, skill, passion, and pursuit all align, and an individual operates in their unique ability. As you contemplate your next steps about your own unique ability or superpower, let me give you an example. At a company I founded a number of years ago in Chicago called Benchmark Solutions, my top salesperson used to say, "My superpower is the ability to enter a CEO's office without ever using a door." He was the most successful social entrepreneur I knew. He could persuade anyone by using a phone to accept an invitation to meet in person. So think about your time here at FGCU and the preparation you have put into the next steps in your life and ask, what is my unique ability? What is my superpower? If you struggle to answer this question, a good source of information on this subject is your most trusted friends and family. When you see them over the next few days, ask them, what do you think my superpower is? Their input will help you arrive at your specific unique ability. But superheroes aren't without their flaws. Sometimes they can be self-absorbed in their superpower and develop an overconfident attitude. The truly successful superheroes accept input from trusted allies and seek out mentors. Are there any Star Wars fans in the audience? All right. In the book of Boba Fett, chapter 5, entitled Return of the Mandalorian, Din Djarin, a Mandalorian, was training on the dark saber with his mentor, the Armorer, when she told him he was fighting against the blade instead of his opponent. He was overconfident in his personal strength and his Beskar armor. His lack of emotional intelligence is on display in front of his mentor when he says, "I want to try again." And the Armorer says, "Persistence without insight will lead to the same outcome." Insight comes from observing failure from a different point of reference, a point of reference outside the struggle. Why do you think athletes watch game film of their performance? It's hard to perform your duties and critique your performance at the same time. That's where mentors enter the picture. I've had 9 different mentors in my life, and I'm looking for my 10th. No one can teach you everything you need to know. One person will teach you in one area, another person will teach you about something else. It's actually easier than you think to find a mentor. It requires 2 steps. Identify your goals and areas of interest, reach out to your network and let them know you are looking for a mentor. Earlier, I asked you a question. Who are your favorite superheroes? But let's move on from that childhood question and ask a more sophisticated question, one worthy of a FGCU graduate. Who is your role model? Before you answer, let me make a distinction between a mentor and a role model. A role model is someone you aspire to be like in life, whereas a mentor teaches you how to become the best version of yourself. The distinction may be subtle and elusive, so let me frame it this way. It is my belief that a mentor should be a living person and a role model should not. A mentor needs to be available for conversation and consultation. However, as a living person, they may disappoint you. They might forget to call you back or be late for a meeting with you. Someone who's passed away can't do those things. You don't want to aspire to be someone who's late for a meeting, but you can learn something from them. If you don't have a role model, I would suggest that you haven't clarified your values. That is step 1. Step 2 is to research individuals who embody those values. If you get stuck and you can't arrive at an individual, then ask your mentor who their role model is. Abraham Lincoln is one of my role models. Before becoming one of the greatest presidents in American history, Lincoln faced numerous setbacks and failures. He failed in business twice, lost 8 different elections, and suffered a nervous breakdown. But he never gave up on his dream of being a successful lawyer and politician. Lincoln taught me to take risks and not be afraid to fail. His life gives you the context behind the quote attributed to Alfred Lord Tennyson, "It is better to have tried and failed than to have failed to try." Life is tough, Life is not fair. Do not fall into the trap of feeling like a victim. You are not a victim. Go on, get on with it. There's much more to learn from Lincoln, but our time is coming to a close, and I must leave room in your legendary toolbox for you. This is your life journey. As we wrap up, let's summarize, take inventory of a few tools we've discussed for your legendary toolbox. Number one, you will fail at points in your life. Remember your personal resilience while at FGCU. It's okay to try and fail, but never fail to try. You are a 2023 graduate from FGCU. You have this in your toolbox. Number two, find purpose in life by challenging yourself to define your superpower or unique ability. Find that unique blend of skills that, when applied to your personal interests, creates positive energy inside of you. Number three, speak the truth and be humble enough to seek out mentors at every stage of life. They can provide insight when you hit a dead end or get stuck in your life's journey. Number four, determine your personal core values early in life and never sacrifice them so that you can achieve personal growth by living up to your role model standards. Remember Honest Abe. Finally, number five, have a sense of humor and don't forget to have fun. Life is short and it's important to enjoy the journey. Don't take yourself too seriously and don't forget to laugh. In closing, I want to say that you are all capable of achieving great things. You have the power to change the world, and I have no doubt that you will. So catch the train at the Estero Train Depot and remember to bring your legendary toolbox with you to every destination. Congratulations to each college graduate in attendance. Thank you for inviting me to speak at this wonderful ceremony. Thank you, parents. Thank you, relatives, and go Eagles.
Thank you, Mr. Cartwright. And now for the conferral of degrees. At FGCU, we award a growing number of advanced degrees that recognize postgraduate education in a range of disciplines. We offer 7 doctoral programs and 26 courses of study that lead to master's degrees. We are proud that 6 doctorates and 127 master's degrees are being awarded at this commencement ceremony. Some of those eligible to receive today's recognition have already started their careers and are unable to attend. Will the doctoral and master's candidates please rise for the conferral of your degrees?
This is my favorite part. By the authority vested in me by the Florida Board of Governors and the Florida Gulf Coast University Board of Trustees, I confer upon each of you the doctor or master's degree you have earned with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Candidates, please move your tassel from right to left. Congratulations. You may be seated.
All right, the College Marshal for the College of Education will now escort the doctoral and master's recipients to the stage. Doctoral students are accompanied by their research committee chair. As is typical with institutions of higher learning, these students are hooded on stage. After honoring today's doctoral students, we will escort the master's recipients to the stage. The university readers, Ms. Rebecca Jones and Ms. Allison Bacigalupi, will introduce the individual graduates. We will call each graduate to the stage to be recognized. Let me ask our guests to please hold your applause and cheers until the end so that everyone can hear the one name that you came to see here today.
We are beginning with the doctoral candidates in the College of Education. Hooding the following Doctor of Education students will be their committee chair, Dr. Deborah Giambo. Ashley Sheplack. Hooding the following Doctor of Education student will be their committee chair, Dr. Ander Koklu. Terry Rattini. Good night. Hooding the following Doctor of Education students will be their committee chair, Dr. Jennifer Shagru. Jamie Sadisky. Better than 85. Jessica Lennox. Amanda Weinrich. I got it. Hey girl, congratulations. Alyssa Sanabria. And now the master's candidates in the College of Education. Elizabeth Lopez. Shelby Macon. Catherine Brylowski. Amanda Cummings. Jennifer Melendez. Anna Lee. Inez Belhai. Samani Griffin. Caitlin Izzo. Brianne Tiska. Kelly Thomas. Karen Toback. Susan Tong. Sky Avino. Alexandra McGowan. Danielle Bender. Emily Clark. Jamie Corris. Brandy Treese. Sarah Jones. Caitlin Cottrell. Virginia Woody. Belkis Mejia. Angela Goycochea. Brianna Sitko. Carmen Alborn. Michelle Mesa. Kia McElfresh. Ratia Woods. Key Mara. Lucas Goldstein. Francis Elmore. Jessica Smith. Marielle Milano. Megan LeBeau. Whitney McElroy. Julie Hennigan. Olivia Lemke. Anne Renard. Zoe Nolan. Nadia Hassad. Jacqueline Arana. Malaysia Rayner. Jessica Flint. Tiffany Prochnick. And now the master's candidates in the Luckert College of Business. Kenya Kahina. Catalina Sepulveda. Alyssa Martin. Olga Komarova. Jesus Aguiar. Keegan Myers. Stephanie Lynn Tarico. Antonio Fernandez Cardenas. Ryan Schuster. Mark Hathaway. Brittany Nguyen. Adrian Cooper. Nelson Lorenzo. Andy Aguirre. Alex Toledo. Jacob Souter. Matt Leto. Alexis Kimberly Woodcock. Alexandra Glenn Houghton. Mavis Vera. Heather Kay. Timothy Cole. Hatim Thabata. Lady Fernandez. Janet Ratana. Sarah Stuck. Jordan Collins. Liam Ryan. Summer Senni. Anjali Moya. Briannan Lake. Jennifer Hernandez Portillo. Grace Doherty. Adam Ruth. Eric Nolan. Philip Kastner. Madison Potter. Connor Word. Arne Mullen. Brianna Needs. Ryan Tatum. Chloe Oliode. Olivia Forensic. Joel Callahan Jr. Marina Tuyas. Teresa Salina. Alyssa Baracco. Ann Hartman. Julia Cesario. Luke Doctor. Thomas Popovics. Brittany Lauriston. Alexis Mejia. Melissa Muller. CJ Lewis. Avon Luciano. Arlen Lastris. Stephen Paget. Katie Gonta. Marlon Samuel. Allison Roach. Ariana Jazenko. Julia Escua. Sherry Lee Manfrey. Antonia Feliz Redmond.
Will all of the new doctoral and master's graduates please rise? President Martin, platform party, faculty, family, and guests, please join me in congratulating our graduate degree recipients. Please be seated. We will now confer bachelor's degrees, which we award in 63 courses of study. We are pleased that 417 bachelor's degrees are being conferred at this commencement. Some of those eligible to receive the recognition have already started their careers and are not able to attend. Will all of the bachelor's degrees candidates please rise for the conferral of your degrees?
By the authority vested in me by the Florida Board of Governors and the Florida Gulf Coast University Board of Trustees, I confer upon each of you the bachelor's degree you have earned with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Candidates, please turn your tassels from right to left. Congratulations.
The college marshals for the College of Education and the Lutgert College of Business will now escort the bachelor's recipients to the front of the stage. The university readers, Ms. Rebecca Jones and Ms. Allison Bacigalupi, will introduce individual graduates.
And you may be seated.
And now the graduates from the Lutgert College of Business. Lucas Belcher. Kaylee Cagiano. Victoria Miko. Demry Kish. Joshua Barber. Dahardi Patel. Ali LeBeau. Jessica Garcidueñas. Juanita Galvin Oliphant. Isabel Fernandez Cardenas. Summer Flagg. Nicholas Jorgensen. Adriana Pierre. Harrison Lindman. Drew Dieter. Gabe Dixon. Mary Colston. Tracy Bowman. Esther Caesar. Emily Maury. Tamara Blair. Joseph Steins Lopez. Nicholas Mitchell. Dawson Daño. Christopher Geisler. Parker Kennedy. Michael Marquez. Shane Eckert. Arthur Bobrick. Alexander Boytel. Liz Perdomo. Elizabeth Hopper Mendez. Amber Walinas. Sarah Marcinet. Jason Halbrooks. Jack Manna. Timothy Cullen. Dylan Lasecki. Antonios George Sukalis. Jack McKeown. Matthew Rusillo, Adam Hill, Joshua Corjay, Brett Burns, Ryan Holloman, Aiden Luma, Justin Schuster, Samuel Storley, Marlon Ramirez, Victoria Tucson, Claudia Robbins, Elaine Gonzalez, can you say your name for me? Carl Benjamin Wawana Kofi Coco. Ryan Dorr, William Daniel Driscoll, Nicholas Carnovali, Christian Centeno, Troy Bushnaiku, Ellie Bessil, Eric Ramos, Dylan Huff, Janicilia Maldonado, Ava Velez, Sarah Sadrell, Lucas Blows, Lee Marie Collette, Alessandro Maximo, Haley Damaris, Mary Luisa Calderon, Denisha Germany, Layla Altame, Danielle Barrett, Ellie Eldridge, Brian Podisic, Alexander Howard, Aaliyah Miller, Houston Bueller, Ethan Rena, Connor Stolworthy, Alex Numson, Elizabeth Reifenberg, Tyler Dawes, Quinn Sterichet, Richard Morano, Tabitha Del Fondo, Ryan Boycell, Seraphim Alvarez, Vincent Louis Lamana IV, Kevin Pagan, Gianna Orlando, Anna Reckwert, Meredith Bataya, Skylar Pettingill, Connor Lenihan, Alexander LaPera, Billy Riffin, John Carlos Yates, Moses Chain, Zachary Raymond, Paul Hill. Hamdi Al-Haddad. Emily Huin. Joshua Paul. Ralph Borchers. Alan Raju. Tyler Ball. Evan Silva. Oh my God. Leah Godixon. Macy Weirda. Ashley Heights. Alexa Jeanpois. Trevor Adeline. Sarah Mazriku. Jake Ferreira. Kevin Gabriel Cruz. Tyler Wynn. Chris Rivera. Anna Neptune. Blake Pearson. Tremaine Simpson. Santiago Mosquera. Isabella Arias. Samantha Novak. Hallie Davis. Marley Cannell. Cameron Grossman. Marina Moore. Jacob Patterson. Angeles Lee Rodriguez. Jordan McDonald. Christopher Pesh. Sean Lorigan. Lillian Mahan. Carrie Seiler. Rachel Wagley. Jen Guerrier. Claire Thompson. Chloe Husbands. Selena Sharif. Hannah Hansen. Justine Moran. Allison Conley. Enrique Tamayo Diaz. Karina Gilson. Logan Brown. Matthew Columbia. Cole Avchin. Landon Livreri. Travis Hira. Brandon Escalero. Kai Smith. Michael Jeremutta. Vincent Moo. Jeremiah Schoen. Taylor Antos. Megan Malarsic. Ryan Christobak. Connor Bryan, Zachary Gilbert, Cadence Bacher, Maria De Lorenzo, Luis Joseph, Jack Folkart, Madison Lindsay, Ashley Eyre, Michael Tillotson, Alec Phelan, Carlos Gill Jr., Cooper Wall, Sophia Kukla, Bradley Santos, Taya Hisoli, Kelsey Seymour, Abby Carly Ross, Taylor St. Cyr, Osiel Enriquez Gonzalez, Gavin Carr, yeah, Chase Jackson, Christopher Pappas, half of them are not upside down, Tara Clifton, say it for me. Yep. Rambe Nelson Reginald Bakamba Parker. Andrew Treviso. Emily Stella Stringer. Julia Livingston. Alessandro Lani. Jaylene Martinez. Jillian Scanlon. Rosalise Gonzalez. Caitlin Rispoli. Jamie Hondon. Dante Ricciardelli. Noah Roswell. Danielle Mills. Melissa Alvarez. Alyssa Emmett. Jacob Alcantara. Zachary McCausland. Brian Nolan. Brandon Moe. Benjamin Hermiston. Jared Hubler. Jake Carter. Macklin D'Angelo. Brady Durkin. Eric Lima. Patrick Spalding. Shelby Kent. Hayden Hiller. Nicholas Emin Perotti. Francesca Malanga Zattini. Vincent Young. Dylan Horgan. Kayla Bernhard. Devlin Brown. Emma Bardet. Alba Retortillo Soiras. Jan Magnus Johnson. Nicholas Gregory. Daniel Castilla Jr. Ty Castrillo. Jocelyn Toxtel. Randy Wilson. Marcelo Sepulveda Garza. Carter Bradford. Maximilian Dom. Guglielmo Stefanacci. John Salgado. Juan Lopez Ramirez. Luis Quintero Moreno. Brian Anjuli. Kenley Bruce. Dylan Saxty. Rebecca Sabata. Reese Wakefield. Sean LeBlanc. William O'Connor. Jarius Hamid. Brenda Morales. Jack Grella. Jet Gay. Julia Schmidt. Blake Gautron. Vincent Quang Trung Lee. Andrew Miller. Dalton Merle. Joseph Grable. Haley O'Connor. Alexandra Bozer. Andrea Alonso. Kendall Popper. Nicholas Giacone. Colton Bunt. Calvin Porter-Real. Anthony Stevens Jr. Jack Vitalin. Elizabeth Coyne. Jenny Moody. Tabitha Evans. Brianna Flom. Natalie St. John. Leah Delatorre. Abigail Shane. Ashlyn Edmonds. Gabriel Barnard. Leslie Suleda Pinto. Serene Safwa Latatum. Liliana Diaz Hernandez. Rafael Melo Agosto. Stephen Linton. Robler. Oliver Robler. Scott Hampton. Richard Rothhausen. Jack Holdgate. Cassandra Spiros. Kerrigan Schunard. Megan Taylor. Nicholas Celedonio. Kayla Sukanoff. Ashley Glantz. Demi Sakalowski. Stephanie Sylvain. Parker Wiersma. Jack Breton. Eric Odegaard. Sophia Persuto. Samantha Deppard. Samantha Zacharias. Nicholas Amatuli. Tyler Ronzello. Delvis Jacquez. Alexander Adamy. Christian Mangini. Joelle Paul. Sean Greeny. Jason Burklow. Juliana Vlasic. Joshua Williams. Tequila Riley. Jordan Amerson. Kiera Adams. Valeria Neri. Kayla Ramos. Anna Clodfelter. Emily Marlene Dial. Connor Casey. And next, we have the graduates from the College of Education. Mary Jo Ellis. Clarence Leonard Mills. Jeffrey Georges. Kai Fredericks. Christy Cicadas. Jaleese Jordan. Addison Berger. Caitlin Calhoun. Ryan McNamara. Sydney Eichel. Victoria Elia. Ginger Sedano. Tucker Ryan Parks. Madeline McMillan. Dasha Filchikov. Jacqueline Allen. Sarah Churchill.
Lauren Hume. Michelle Coblin. Brianna Noon. Alexandra Whittington. Zoe Shambow. Nicholas Velarde. Yasmin Ruiz. Madison France. Kelly Sheehan. Amber Mador. Alexandra Forey. Susette Casares Otero. Mara Holdreth. Alexis Nilsson. Grace Savin. Alyssa Cohen. Greta Fuse. Sydney Janiyah Williams. Alexandria Ford. Riley Haynes. Madeline Zark. Kelly Ramsey Harrington. Aaron Christmas. Casey Yancey. Macy Poole. Sydney Williams. Joshua Lewis Rivera. Adam Bickford. Anna Schutz. Nicole Navia. Chloe Carter. Krista McNeil. Riley Schramm. Alyssa Roblejo. Cassandra Martin. Riley DeCoste. Atierney McIntyre. Michael Josie. Maria Jenkins. Autumn Landsman. Damaris Lara. Hannah Latif. Yamaleth Trejo. Charlie Lynn. Abigail Johnson. Angela Ryerson. Sage Pooler. Alexandra Shirkowski. Emily Williams. Gustavo Urbina. Riley Mulhern. Mackenzie Ryan. Leah and Dolly. Alexis Dennett.
All right. Will the new FGCU bachelor's graduates please rise? President Martin, Platform Party, faculty, family, and guests, join me in congratulating our new bachelor's graduates. Okay, please be seated. So among our graduates receiving bachelor's degrees today are those who have achieved the highest academic honors, which is signified by the wearing of the green and blue cords. Please stand and remain standing when I call your honors designation. Undergraduate students who have maintained a cumulative GPA of 3.9 or higher have achieved the designation summa cum laude. Please stand. Undergraduate students who have maintained a cumulative GPA of 3.7 to 3.9 have received the honors designation magna cum laude. Please stand. And undergraduate students who have maintained a cumulative GPA of 3.5 to 3.7 have received the honors designation cum laude. Please stand. So honors graduates, we commend you on your superlative achievement. Additionally, the red, white, and blue honors cords that you may observe on some of our graduates signify those who have performed great service to our country as members of our proud United States military, and we wish to thank them. Thank you for your service.
And now for those of you undergraduates who did not stand with any of the honor students, but finished your degree and had a good time, please stand. I want you to know these are my people. That's, thank you very much. And congratulations to all of you on your success, but more importantly, congratulations on the successes you will achieve. That's what we know this is really about. It's called commencement and not termination for a reason. It's just uphill from here now, nothing but big things. For all the graduates on your behalf, let me offer my thanks to the faculty and staff who have supported you through this process, who have offered their wisdom and offered the ongoing commitment to you and to this institution to make it a great institution on your behalf and on those who will follow. Give a round of applause to our faculty and staff, if you will. And now we have a very special part of this ceremony. We are honoring the first cohort to complete the program called RISE, R-I-S-E, here at FGCU. And to give you just a slight bit more information, let me introduce to you the Interim Dean of the College of Education, Dr. Tom Roberts.
Thank you, President Martin. Good afternoon, all. It is my honor and great privilege to recognize Florida Gulf Coast University's College of Education's first graduating class of completers of the FGCU RISE program. RISE stands for Real Independence, Successful Employment. It's a program for adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities. It allows students to earn a credential in community employment, which is offered through completion of coursework and collegiate experiences on the FGCU campus and within the community. I recall first meeting these students over 2 years ago when I had the pleasure of attending the first admission ceremony that welcomed the first class of completers. Over these past 2+ years, I've had the honor of personally witnessing these outstanding students thrive. They excel in the classroom, and they are active in university-wide and community events, always with a smile on their faces, an eagerness to learn, live, and thrive. Before we recognize this first class of completers, I want to thank all FGCU RISE staff for their commitment to the program and for their outstanding work. In particular, Alyssa Sanabrio, Katie Kerwick, and Dr. Janet Applin. I'd be remiss if I didn't also acknowledge recently retired Professor of Special Education, Dr. Doug Carruthers, for his dedication and hard work in getting this program started. So thanks to all, and without further ado, please join me in recognizing these outstanding student graduates.
Will the FGCU RISE students please stand? By the authority vested in me, by the Florida Board of Governors and the Florida Gulf Coast University Board of Trustees, I confer upon each of you the certificate you have earned with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Candidates, turn your tassels from right to left, and congratulations.
You might not be ready yet. Taja Ilorant. Dean Drobnik. Isabella Bocanegra. Alexandra Alley. Seth Nelson. Paige Cottrell. Elena McNeil. Danielle Davis.
Graduates, again, you have accomplished a great deal, and for that we are proud of you. And I want you to take just a moment now, if you will, and stand and thank all of your family and friends and colleagues and peers who are here who helped you on this journey. Please rise and let's give a round of applause to those others who made it happen. Thank you all. And now it's my pleasure to introduce the chairman of the board of the FGCU Alumni Association, 2010 graduate, Michael Natchez.
Thank you, Dr. Martin. You know, folks, being that this is my last commencement address as chair of the Alumni Board of Directors, I'm hoping you'll grant me just the briefest moment of personal privilege. I'd love to take a selfie with you all. I have this queued up, so if we could just do this, please, real quick. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm excited to be here with you. So, good afternoon, parents, family members, friends, distinguished guests, and fellow Eagles. My name is Michael Natchez, as Dr. Martin said, class of 2010 alum and chair of the Association Board of Directors. I'm honored to be with you here as we celebrate this tremendous milestone. Today, you all become alumni of Florida Gulf Coast University. I want to congratulate you on the absolute strength and resiliency you have displayed to get to this point in your lives. Your graduating class had to survive a global pandemic and the devastation caused by Hurricane Ian to get here today. You navigated these immense trials of your collective character, along with the challenges of everyday life, and still stand here today as alumni. Life certainly will not get any easier when you leave here today, but we all know, based on what you have experienced, that you have what it takes to confront any challenge ahead of you head on. The world was a different kind of challenging when I graduated in 2010. High unemployment and the global financial crises loomed as our prevailing problems of the time. We must all rise to the challenges of our time in order to succeed, and one of the best ways of doing that is by surrounding yourself with people you like who make it a little bit easier to go to battle. 15 years ago, I met my wife Felicia here at Florida Gulf Coast. At that time, there were only about 6,000 students on campus, and fortunately, the odds were in my favor. This November, Felicia and I celebrated 10 years of marriage along with our 3 daughters and 1 son. Fortunately, my all-nighters as a student here at FGCU served as the practice I would need for the all-nighters of parenthood. Another key component of success that you all will find is humility. You have to stay grounded and embrace the ability to laugh at yourself. Those of you here with spouses in the audience, in the crowd, and behind me know that you have to go home to get the disrespect you deserve. Doesn't matter how important you are in this world, when I leave here today, I'm going to pick up chicken nuggets and buy my wife flowers for speaking at commencement. That's just part of life. Be humble. Class of 2023, you are a special group of people that we know can do exceptional things. Essential for your advancement is understanding that the world is full of exceptional people, and the only way to stand apart from them is to put in the work. Success is rented, not owned, and the rent is due every single day. We have a new university president beginning at Florida Gulf Coast University this year after the exceptional tenure of Dr. Martin. I'll soon be terming out as chair of the Alumni Association. The rent remains due, and the world continues to go on for all of us. No matter how good you may be, you should always strive to be better. I personally rose to a leadership role at a young age at a large institution. I'm the Vice President of Government Relations at Lee Health, living proof of how far you can take a bachelor's degree from FGCU and hard work. However, titles do not make you a leader. Your actions do. The best leaders seek progression, not compensation. And if you do focus on progress, compensation will follow, I promise you. Never be complacent with your success, and make your favorite accomplishment the next one. Graduates, the greatest gift you can give your loved ones here in the audience is the pride in what you do. You have done that here today. Continue to do that. Inspire that feeling. As this chapter in your life closes, a brand new chapter is just beginning. You have to work hard when no one is watching. That's the ultimate test of your character. Life will continually challenge you. Be ready to respond and be open to change your direction. Whatever it is life looks like after this, whatever you're going to do, set a goal to be the very best at it. Dare to be great. That's exactly what FGCU has been built on, a tradition of character, excellence, and culture. FGCU gave you a start pushing you down the road to limitless possibilities. As you leave here today, remember this moment, remember this institution, your friends, and your mentors you've gained along the way. Remember, no matter where you go from here, FGCU will always be the common intersection in our lives and a place where you will always be welcome to return. You're now joining an alumni family with more than 40,000 graduates worldwide. And I challenge you to stay connected to your FGCU family, wherever the road takes you. You can do that becoming an involved and engaged graduate and joining us as a Forever Eagle member of the Alumni Association. Volunteer in your colleges, attend Alumni Association events, and share your accomplishments with the university so that we can share them with the world. Remember, once an Eagle, always an Eagle. Welcome to the FGCU alumni family. Wings up, go Eagles.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Michael. And now, excuse me a moment. This is my last one. It's not as easy as I thought it would be. Now, if you'd all rise. Now, if you'd all rise and join Diana Flores and the Suncoast Brass Quintet in the singing of the first verse of the alma mater. The words are printed on the back of your program.
We salute our
Thank you very much. Thank you. And finally, if you'll permit me just one moment of reflection, this is my last FGCU commencement, and it's the last one after now 52 years as a faculty member or administrator in public higher education. It could not have been a better place to finish a wonderful career. Please know that. To all of you graduates, remember what I've told many of you many times. Every day in life, you are dealt teachable moments, whatever they are. Take advantage of them. You'll learn something all the time. I learned that this was going to be harder than I thought today in this teachable moment. It's been a delight and a pleasure to be a colleague of all of yours, students and otherwise, and faculty. And particularly for the students and the undergrads especially, we've come through, as Tim said, a pandemic and the biggest natural disaster in this region's recent history, and we all made it together. And that's a testament to what this place is about. So never underestimate the capability of being an Eagle. And now with that, if you'll remain standing while the processional leaves, then the graduates will now be escorted from the floor. Members of the audience, if you'll wait till we clear the floor, then join everybody out in the plaza. Thank you all very much. Go Eagles.